Hello, testing, testing. This is where we check the feed.
It was like that.
Restream.io.
Yeah.
This is what feeds it to everything else. It's on. But I think what messed up was the Facebook thing, because I had a key set up, and if it didn't start in time, it's like, no, it's just not going to work. So
It's down. Like you
yeah,
can
see how it's down
it.
here? So we just turn that off, and if we want, we can turn on the other
Wait, what'd you
Facebook
turn
idea, so it'll just add another. I think we can
So
edit
what
this.
was turned off?
Well, when you came in here, everything was lit except for Facebook. Facebook was grayed out.
Okay, so it again. And now, refresh, and it should go directly to Facebook and just
Well, put the
create
broadcast
a
will begin shortly thing up.
Oh, why? It's playing.
Because we're in here talking about it.
Okay.
All right, guys, it is another beautiful Friday night here at the Robin Hood House here in Houston, Texas. And we have got another voice in the crowd tonight. Chuck, say hello to anybody who may be watching.
What's going on out there? AHL 360?
AHL 360. Just to start off with, we've once again had some technical difficulties. We have everything worked out now, and we will be able to bring you the rest of this evening's broadcast. I believe we are to the winners bracket semis, or the losers bracket semis. Could be wrong. We're going to take a look. Big night in Houston sports. Astros clinching the best record in the American League behind the power of Alex Bregman, solo shot in the second inning, and our boy Uncle Michael Brantley finishing off the game in the eighth with a 3-run bomb to center field. Another thing of beauty, wouldn't you say, Chuck?
Yes, I would. It was a big blast to straightaway center. It was a gorgeous shot. And the Astros are definitely doing the home city proud right now.
Absolutely. Playoffs starting up next week. Hopefully we get Mr. Correa back, and with the way our big three are slinging the ball lately, man, Verlander with a no-hitter this season, almost had another one the other night with our new superstar Greinke taking a no-hitter through one out in the ninth inning the other night, and unfortunately unable to hold on. A.J. Hinch let him take it to 112 pitches and had to pull him after he gave up the second hit. All right, but we are here to talk about air hockey, and we are trying to get things underway for you. Obviously, with the issues we've had this evening. All right. I was absolutely wrong, folks. What we are going to have coming up next is going to be the winners final between Tony Morris and Phil Arnold. The winner of that will be moving into our championship table, while our loser will be moving into the elimination bracket to face off against Danny Allred and have a second shot at our championship table. Guys, we are going to cut away for just 1 minute. We will be right back as soon as we have some action to show you.
President and CEO of United Airhockey Promotions. I have been running air hockey tournaments for about 15 years now, and I manage them here at SRO Houston. Most new players, when they step up for the first time, they're quite surprised at the quality and skill that we have at the sport. Most people out that have not seen professional air hockey don't realize how advanced it actually is.
God, that would be how it turns out.
I'm thinking about this woman in Colorado that I really like. You know, I'm thinking about explaining to her first that to me, you're like an air hockey table.
I like fighting to the death on the table, you know, like a gladiator.
This guy hit the throat.
I fell in love with air hockey in June of 1973. I picked up the mallet, no glove, didn't know anything about it, won 18 games in a row. There was so much energy going through my body of air hockey greatness that my arm just, you know, it was too much. These people are more intense than that.
What do you think, honey, of the air hockey crowd?
I won't say anything.
There's a lot of individuals in air hockey. They have unique interests and they're not a real mainstream. Men, traditionally competitive, typically not in relationships with women, kind of loners, you know, kind of in love with the table and maybe married to the table, I don't know.
I used to play air hockey every day. I'd play 30, 40 games a day. I would just play air hockey. That's what I like to do.
That's ridiculous.
All right, and we're back. About to get this game underway. And as we're getting the puck down here, we're going to kick off here. This is one of our semifinal matches. We're down to the final 4 games of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we apologize for the inconvenience here about not having the thread out, but we've got 4 good get matches for you to go, and we hope that you enjoy. All right, getting a little action here on the table.
All right, guys, it would appear that Mr. Morris is already up 2 points here on Phil Arnold in the opening game of our winner's bracket final. Phil Arnold with a nice shot off the left rail. Sneaks it in behind Goofy, and yes, that is Tony Morris's nickname around here, is Goofy. Sneaks it right behind that mallet. Now,
Oh, that shot wasn't Goofy.
that was not Goofy, and Phil with a ripper of a forehand coming down the right-hand side. Tony made an attempt to block it aside, caught nothing but some air, and Phil is now back within 1 at 3-2.
Now, I was listening to Phil talk earlier, and he was describing this new defensive stance that he's trying out here. So if it seems that he's playing a little bit differently to anybody that's been here watching previously, it's because he is.
Phil is one of the legends and founders of the sport of air hockey, and probably the biggest contributor to the AHL 360 weekly broadcast. So we do love having Phil around. Lots of fun stories he has to tell revolving around the air hockey community and things he's seen and people he's played. The Robin Hood Weekly, folks, this is an event open to the public. We're located at 2824 Robin Hood Drive. Normally we try to get things going at 9:30 on Friday nights. First visit every Friday that you come out. Your first visit will be free. Any subsequent visits is just a small donation of $5. And if you have a good night at the tables, you will win that $5 back and then some. Phil Arnold with another nice shot. And looks like Goofy Morris is on game point, and Phil is at 6-4. Sorry, getting caught up with the scoring. Phil's nice, trying to do some drift work. I don't see a whole lot of change in that defensive stance. That was a nasty double rail shot right there. That's a tough angle. Nobody could shut that down. What do you think about that one, Chuck?
That was definitely sneaky in there for sure. I know that I wouldn't be able to stop it either.
Phil with a nice reach there. Comes dangerously close to a center line violation, but our official Georgia lets it go. Man, really good battle here. We have got game point on both sides in a 6-6 tie. Next point will win game number 1. Now, the Robin Hood Weekly is a handicap tournament, so the lower level players will get a head start, but these are 2 evenly matched players here, so each game will start at 0-0. As always, this is a double elimination tournament.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful shot by Tony Morris down the right side to finish it off. Nice shot from Goofy, and Arnold has no answer to that. We had 10 entrants in tonight's tournament, or 8 entrants in tonight's tournament, sorry. Not big by any standard, but with the technical issues we experienced, we slowed things down so we could try to get you some kind of broadcast this evening, and it looks like we're going to be able to bring you the last 4.
Well, you know, sometimes the best comes in last. So, if you're gonna see anything, you should see who the winner is for the night.
Yeah, the Gibson boys look like they were eliminated early this evening. Tyler and Chris stopping in. Young Austin Lippincott, who has been a winner here in the past, also eliminated early on, winning his opening round match against Stefan Kovac, but then losing to Mr. Goofy Morris. And Tony is now up 1-0, I believe.
Right, because of the handicap, right?
Tony does get a 2-point head start, so he is now out to a 3-0 lead.
Let's make that 4. Ooh, okay.
Tony not going down quietly.
No, he's a fighter.
And Tony with the 1-game lead. Each match is a best 2 out of 3 situation when it comes to games. So Tony with a win in the books. Yeah. Phil Arnold definitely in danger of moving into the elimination bracket on his first loss of the night. But making it this deep in the tournament, you're still, if you lose here, you're still just 1 win away from the championship table.
Phil slid one in there. It was nice.
Yeah, Phil Arnold off the schneid. I haven't seen Phil go to the slow game that we've grown accustomed to seeing from him. Really picking up his pace of play here against Tony Morris. Looking at the lineup tonight, Phil Arnold definitely the highest ranked player in the house this evening. And
Tony gets another one in though.
Tony out to a commanding 5-1 lead and now just 2 points away from that championship table.
Yeah. Looked like almost another little centerline violation there, but again, gets a bye on that one.
Polar opposites in terms of body type at this table. Phil well over 6 feet tall, and we'll just say Tony's not.
And Tony gets the Duke!
And Tony with the upset knocks off the cagey old veteran.
Wow.
Phil Arnold in straight games, knocking him off 7-6 and then 7-1.
Got some new blood floating in here.
All right, folks, it looks like we are... Okay, so that is going to send Phil Arnold into the elimination bracket finals, and he will be facing off between the winner of our next match, between Georgia Lippincott and Danny Allred. We are going to step away for about 90 seconds, and we will be back with that match for you.
It looks like tomorrow.
I'm thinking about this woman in Colorado that I really like. You know, I'm thinking about explaining to her first that to me you're like an air hockey table.
I like fighting to the death on the table, you know, like a gladiator.
This guy hit the roof.
I fell in love with air hockey in June of 1973. I picked up the mallet, no glove, didn't know anything about it, won 18 games in a row. There was so much energy going through my body of air hockey greatness that my arm just, you know, it was too much. These people are more intense than that.
What do you think, honey, of the air hockey crowd?
I won't say anything.
There's a lot of individuals in air hockey. They have unique interests and they're not a real mainstream. Men, traditionally competitive, typically not in relationships with women, kind of loners, kind of in love with the table and maybe married to the table, I don't know.
I used to play air hockey every day. I'd play 30, 40 games a day. I would just play air hockey. That's what I like to do.
That's ridiculous.
And we're back. We're gonna get this elimination bracket semifinal going here between Georgia Lippincott and Danny Allred. Gonna get that going here for you.
Sorry guys, trying to get the names updated for y'all. Still getting
used to
running on schedule now that things are together. Do it.
And here we go.
Looks like things are up and going. Goofy Morris is going to be our official for this one. And this is going to be an even match to start. So Georgia up 1-0 early.
It's a little frenetic pace here going early too. I like it.
I would love to give a little history of what's happened this evening, folks, but we've been fighting with the studio system, so I have no idea of how anyone got here or who beat who. I am just as lost as y'all. So,
but if you want to see how the brackets break out, you can always go to live.brackalope.com. You'll search for Robin Hood, and it'll show you exactly who won which match and where we are currently.
Right now, this is an elimination semifinal. The winner of this will move on to face Phil Arnold, who we just saw get knocked off by Tony Morris in our previous match. Georgia Lippincott, former women's world champion, holding a 3-1 lead over Danny Allred right now.
Oh, he's slipping by though.
Nope, I'm sorry, it was a 3-2 lead, and now we are all knotted at 3 apiece.
Okay. Ooh, Georgia though, coming on strong.
Georgia with a big ripping backhand coming straight down the left side, no rails needed.
Playing pretty good defense there too, defending several straight shots. And
Georgia
gets another one.
Sneaks another one in and now up 5-3 over Allred. Georgia all over Danny here early on. Danny having trouble even gaining puck possession at this point.
Georgia's dominating the board right now.
Just relentless on offense, just shot after shot, and Danny doing his best to keep up defensively, but with this never-ending barrage, one's going to sneak by eventually.
There it is.
And she goes with the right rail under, sneaks it behind the mallet of Allred, deep off the right rail.
There's like craftiness there from Georgia.
He set him up with a bunch of just straight attempts going straight at his goal and sneaks one in off the rail when he least expected it. Danny tried a little hocus pocus, but all it served to do was make the puck disappear to Georgia's side of the table once again.
Yeah, that is true. Getting a little bit of up. He's slizzling by on Georgia there after a little bit of short volley. Now the score is 6-4. Georgia's still running. She's still got the game point. Oh, and she gets him. She closes it out 7-4 in game one, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick little action-packed game. All right, we are reset here, getting ready for game two. Remember again, this is a best of three. First one to win 2 out of 3 moves on. Georgia's got the 1-game lead right now. Don't forget now, there's still going to be 2 other matches after this match. We'll have the elimination bracket final, then we'll have the championship bracket final.
So Danny is supposed to have a small head start in this match, but we have just been informed that he decided to
Forgo those points
and play Georgia straight up. Again, Georgia, a former women's world champion, so...
Is it hubris or is it just being gentlemanly? We'll let you decide.
Well, if he starts... Maybe he can mansplain how he's getting his butt whooped by her. Maybe he shouldn't
Hopefully not
have been
with
so
a deep
quick
spread,
to-
right?
Yeah. Maybe he shouldn't have given up so... Should have been so quick to give up those points, son.
Yeah, right. The competition is competition, and everybody's here to win.
I don't think it would have mattered much in that last match. Georgia was all over him from the get-go.
Really jumped on him.
Oh, Danny on
But
the
he's
board
got the,
first.
Yeah, he's got the first strike.
Nice block from Danny. Unable to settle the puck, though. And again, loses the possession back to
And
Georgia.
Georgia makes him pay.
And that's what will happen. Nice. Another nice shot deep off the right rail from Georgia. Danny needs to close that hole, or she's just going to keep going to that well until it runs dry. Good block and counter from Danny, but unable to get the shot on target. Georgia regains possession. She tried the right rail again, didn't get it as deep, and Danny was able to get a mallet on it.
And you see Danny's trying to use the board space there a little bit, control the puck. Lets him be on the attack more. He seems to have a little more difficulty on the defense, but Georgia's super crafty, as you can see there.
And as if on cue, going to take a moment to thank our main sponsor, the I-45 Bingo Hall. It is located on I-45, in the corner of I-45 North and 1960 in the Spring, Texas area. They had a game get going tonight at around 10:30. Might have some time to get out there and take a shot at some of the guaranteed $10,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs. And again, thank you to the I-45 Bingo Hall, helping to make AHL 360 possible.
As you can see, Georgia's jumped out to a 2-point lead. Now it's a 1-point lead.
Danny cranking up the pressure a little bit here on Georgia. Not letting her run away with this one like she did in game number 1.
She got that one in on him though. She's creeping ever closer to that consolation bracket victory match.
Another deep shot off the rail from Georgia finds a home in the scoring zone. We'll just say that last point by Georgia was brought to you by where'sthegig.com. Another one of our wonderful sponsors here at Airhockey Live 360. The only way for musicians to go to keep their business lives in order. Again, make sure you visit where'sthegig.com. It could grow to be a musician's best friend. Big mistake from Allred. Allows Georgia to move ahead 6-3, and now Allred is staring match point right in the face.
Yes.
Georgia 1 point away from a date with Phil Arnold in the elimination bracket finals.
And still playing solid defense.
Danny able to sneak one in and creep a point closer, but I feel like we might just be delaying the inevitable a little bit. Rough angle. Came from the left side of the table, tried to play the right rail, but ended up missing it wide left. Nice block counter from Danny again, but unable to capitalize.
Georgia's giving him the business there with those shots. Really laying it on him. And there it is. Georgia slid it by him again.
And this one is going to end on a huge mistake by Allred. Lippincott going to close him out 7-4 here in game number 2, and that means our next match is set. It is going to be Miss Lippincott against the legend Phil Arnold for a shot at that final spot at our championship table. For Chuck, my name's Jay. We will be back in about 90 seconds.
I'm thinking about this woman in Colorado that I really like. And I'm thinking about explaining to her first that, to me, you're like an air hockey table.
I like fighting to the death on the table, you know, like a gladiator.
This guy hit the throat.
I fell in love with air hockey in June of 1973. I picked up the mallet, no glove, didn't know anything about it, won 18 games in a row. There was so much energy going through my body of air hockey greatness that my arm just, it was too much.
These people are more intense than average.
What do you think, honey, of the air hockey crowd?
I won't say anything.
There's a lot of individuals in air hockey. They have unique interests and they're not a real mainstream. Men, traditionally competitive, typically not in relationships with women, kind of loners, kind of in love with the table and maybe married to the table, I don't know.
I used to play air hockey every day. I'd play 30, 40 games a day. I would just play air hockey. That's what I like to do.
That's ridiculous.
Mark feels like he has to make sure that air hockey's not going to die, to make sure that when he is dead, air hockey will continue living.
I think the extinction of air hockey is a very real concern. The arcades are virtually extinct these days.
Unless somebody is able to come in and do some really radical marketing, it may not be around.
We have wives, we have jobs, we have things that we can spend money on rather than coming to Vegas to play air hockey. So.
All right, guys, welcome back to Air Hockey Live 360. My name is Jay.
And I'm Charles.
And we are here to bring you this exciting elimination bracket final between Georgia Lippincott and Phil Arnold. The winner of this match will be moving on to face Tony Goofy Morris in our championship match for the 27th of September. Things are about to get going. Danny Allred, who just was eliminated by Miss Georgia, will be officiating this match. I'm not 100% sure if Georgia gets points in this match or not. If anyone is going to get any, it would be her. I know Phil has been playing at a full level 6 lately. I believe Georgia's a 4 or a 5, so we might have a handicap that I haven't been made aware of yet. We'll figure it out whenever Mr. Allred gets his fingers up.
It seems like they're kind of, they might be discussing that very thing right now, or just kind of shooting the breeze here before we get started.
Yeah, this has been a long tournament this evening, and like we were saying earlier, I'd love to tell you it's because we've had some exciting matches, but I didn't get to see any of them. So, Could have been. We're going to go with the exciting hockey matches, not all of this goofing around. Pleasantries are being exchanged. All that's left is to start playing. Players do have a 15-minute window to come to the table when their name is called.
And clearly they're exercising some of that 15 minutes.
Never seen anyone exercise that right.
We are today.
Must be for resting arms, because it's sure not for resting pie holes. Everyone looks stretched. Everyone looks happy. Come on, official. Bring that puck to center table and let's get this going. Almost appears as if Danny doesn't believe he's out of the tournament. He's got a mallet in hand ready to go.
Yeah, that's a little unusual, I thought, too, to have the officiant with a mallet in the middle of the table. But here we go.
I guess that'd be a safe way to do a face-off so no one loses a finger.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
And Georgia going to win the opening face-off and starts with the opening possession.
Fires a shot that gets blocked immediately.
And it does appear Miss Lippincott will be getting a 2-point head start in each of these games. So with Phil playing at a level 6, that means that Miss George is playing level 4 these days. Ooh, almost a mistake by Phil Arnold. Double banker from Georgia. Slipped behind the mallet, went in and out of the scoring zone. Phil stopping by again before this match, telling us he's only going to use the forehand. Interesting strategy. I've already made my feelings known on what I think is going to happen if he really employs it.
It's really interesting. He seems to really kind of be in the lab, going back to come up with new, different either challenges or techniques to try. But as we see there's the forehand that went the other way.
We should see the turnouts getting better, and you're going to see lots of the better players tinkering with their game over the next few weeks. The Texas State Championship is going to be happening in the Mekong Underground the weekend of November 2nd. If you would like more details on how to sign up, you can go ahead and message us directly through the Facebook page, and one of our administrators will get back to you with the information you need. Georgia and Phil both with a natural score here in this match so far. Georgia with the slim 3-1 lead over Phil Arnold. Seems to be some
procedural issue here, yeah.
I still see lots of not hitting the puck going on.
And there's one right there, though, right on command.
And Georgia with a quick score right on the restart.
She's hot right now. They better be careful, because she could slide in here and take this whole tournament.
And with 8 people, all have been here before, $40 in the kitty tonight. Probably a $20-$25 win for Ms. Lippincott, as she is laying the hammer down on Mr. Arnold now.
Yes.
The huge 5-2 lead. Now 5-3. Nice shot from Phil down the right side. I see he's quickly abandoned the strategy of only going with the forehand. That lasted until Georgia took a 4-point lead.
Yes. Yes, but I said pretty much that would probably change on the fly, and that's exactly what happened.
He sneaks a forehand by right there.
Yeah.
Tough angle, too. Cutting across the puck with the mallet and getting it to come off straight like that with some pace. Phil Arnold has quietly crept back in here to game number 1.
Now has control of the puck. It is now a tie game, back and forth at 5.
Definitely been a slowdown in Georgia's pace of play here, and it might be affecting her. Phil leaving a big big opening, and Georgia unable to sneak it through.
And then Phil gets one.
Comes back, and now Phil with game point, and we are coming to sudden death. I'm sitting here telling you about the score. Let's go ahead and show it to you also. Both players at 6-6 here in game number 1. Next point wins. Don't need to win by 2 in air hockey. And Phil with the possession. A little bit of slow drift work. Tries to catch her
and
lane.
gets it by.
Completely unnecessary as Phil Arnold wins game number 1. A good game number 1. 7-6 over Miss Lippincott. So we are going to switch sides. Move on to game number 2. Excuse me. The winner of this match, earning a spot at the championship table.
Yes.
Both these players in the money already, as we do pay out the top 3. A good, a loss here isn't all that bad. Solid third place finish on a night with some new competition. But anytime you work your way through a bracket full of people where sometimes luck can play into a skill sport, and especially in an environment where each game is handicapped, making a final table is no small feat.
Indeed. Georgia's going to have to rally the troops here. She wants to get a shot at that final table. And there she goes.
Georgia now up 3-1 with her first natural point here in game number 2. Obviously, as Chuck was just telling us, she needs to win here in game number 2 or her night will be over. As the caddies call it in golf on a Friday, you don't make the cut, it is time to do some trunk slamming and leave.
Very apropos. Throw those clubs in there. Let's see if Phil can throw that puck in there.
Phil Arnold going back to what appears to be the forehand shot only strategy that he abandoned quickly in game number 1.
There was the backhand he tried there, yeah.
But the backhand's not going on goal. He's playing the backhand at the back right wall and taking the rebound and ripping a forehand without settling the puck, trying to catch Georgia Lane.
Oh, God.
Would have worked all 3 times right there, but he couldn't get the shot, the actual shot on the goal. Both of these players very well seasoned. As Georgia is my sister-in-law, I know for a fact that they had an air hockey table in their house. But they were nice enough to move it out of their house, move it here, and now that table is a permanent fixture over at the Mekong Underground in Midtown. I was just informed tonight the Texas State Championships at the Mekong Underground. I find that ironic, seeing as how my job when I'm not doing this is I tend bar at the Mekong Underground, and was just made aware that the state championships were going to be held there in early November.
Georgia is keeping pace right now with Phil, point for point. She's still up 2, 5-3. Phil employing the slowdown strategy here.
Georgia's become a lot more selective with her shots here over the last couple of minutes. As Chuck was just saying, the pace of play is definitely slowed.
It's a lot more deliberate for sure, as they look for avenues to attack each other. Phil got one by right there in the alley.
Phil finally snuck that forehand by again.
Georgia just missed.
That was the right idea from Georgia. Almost a head fake deep, looking to the right side of the table, but then trying to score on the left.
Good stuff, though.
Had Phil completely set up and did everything right except make the shot.
Oh, Georgia gives up a crucial point. It's tied at 5. Phil almost gives up a mistake of a point of his own. Georgia controls the puck and slams it home with the forehand. She has point match. Ooh, we got an intense little battle here. Now Phil's in control of the puck. Slow down the action again. Oh, lost puck. This is crucial for Georgia. She has a chance to tie up the match. And she gets him. Georgia gets him in game 2. Going to a crucial game 3. That was big time. Who wants it? Who's going to end up in that championship game? Will it be Georgia or will it be Phil? Georgia again starting with the 2-point lead. Right now it's 3-1. Natural point scored each way. Oh, Phil gets one in there. It's 3-2 now. Georgia's still trying to find a way to break through Phil's defense and scores. It's now 4-2. Phil running one out there, trying to get it by Georgia. Trading the puck back and forth. Ooh, Georgia with a vicious shot, but did not score. Phil way out in front right now, daring Georgia to slide one behind him. Interesting choice of strategy there by Phil. Oh, and a mistake by Georgia lets Phil get one through. Ah, lost puck. That's going to give Georgia control. Phil trying to set him up. Georgia takes control of the puck. Good defense by Phil there. Another shot denied by Georgia, and Phil scores again. Game is tied at 4. Georgia's offense seems to have stalled out here. Phil scored 3 straight. And Phil gets another one by her. It is now 5-4, Phil. Phil's gonna have to rally if she wants to get in that championship game. And she gets one by finally. Phil with the theatrics there. A little showmanship. There's good defense there with the block by Georgia. Ooh, and Georgia slides a nice forehand by Phil. She has game point. See a little more showmanship there from Phil. Phil really trying to figure out what to... Wow, that was very close. Georgia staring it down. And she gets him! Georgia with the victory. She will be going on into the championship round against Toni Morris, ladies and gentlemen. And we will take a short 90-second break, and we'll be back shortly with that championship match.
I'm thinking about this woman in Colorado that I really like. You know, I'm thinking about explaining to her first that, to me, you're like an air hockey table.
I like fighting to the death on the table, you know, like a gladiator.
I just got hit in the throat.
I fell in love with air hockey in June of 1973. I picked up the mallet, no glove, didn't know anything about it, won 18 games in a row. There was so much energy going through my body of air hockey greatness that my arm just, you know, it was too much.
These people are more intense than that.
What do you think, honey, of the air hockey crowd?
I won't say anything.
There's a lot of individuals in air hockey. They have unique interests and they're not a real mainstream. Men, traditionally competitive, typically not in relationships with women, kind of loners, you know, kind of in love with the table and maybe married to the table, I don't know.
I used to play air hockey every day. I'd play 30, 40 games a day. I would just play air hockey. That's what I like to do.
That's ridiculous.
Mark feels like he has to make sure that air hockey's not going to die, to make sure that when he is dead, air hockey will continue living.
I think the extinction of air hockey is a very real concern. The arcades are virtually extinct these days.
Unless somebody is able to come in and do some really radical marketing, you know, it may not be around.
We have wives, we have jobs, we have things that we can spend our money on rather than coming to Vegas to play air hockey. So there's definitely something about air hockey that's keeping us going.
We're really starting to reach out and connect the fan base to the sponsor base to the player base.
Oh, you got 500! Like to win 16-3! 4-7-0! Unbelievable!
The moment of playing air hockey, there is no misery. You're playing air hockey.
Why they have jump rope and things like that on ESPN and not air hockey, it's kind of beyond me.
I'm thinking about this woman in Colorado that I really like. And I'm thinking about explaining to her first that, to me, you're like an air hockey table.
I like fighting to the death on the table, you know, like a gladiator.
This guy hit the throat.
I fell in love with air hockey in June of 1973. I picked up the mallet, no glove, didn't know anything about it, won 18 games in a row. There was so much energy going through my body of air hockey greatness that my arm just, you know, it was too much.
These people are more intense than that.
What do you think, honey, of the air hockey crowd?
I won't say anything.
There's a lot of individuals in air hockey. They have unique interests and they're not a real mainstream. Men, traditionally competitive, typically not in relationships with women, kind of loners, you know, kind of in love with the table and maybe married to the table, I don't know.
I used to play air hockey every day. I'd play 30, 40 games a day. I would just play air hockey. That's what I like to do.
That's ridiculous.
Mark feels like he has to make sure that air hockey's not going to die, to make sure that when he is dead, air hockey will continue living.
I think the extinction of air hockey is a very real concern. The arcades are virtually extinct these days.
Unless somebody is able to come in and do some really radical marketing, you know, it may not be around.
We have wives, we have jobs, we have things that we can spend our money on rather than coming to Vegas to play air hockey. So there's definitely something about air hockey that's keeping us going.
We're really starting to reach out and connect the fan base to the sponsor base to the player base.
Oh, you got 500! Like to win 16-3! 4-7-0! Unbelievable!
The moment of playing air hockey, there is no misery. You're playing air hockey.
why they have jump rope and things like that on ESPN and not air hockey, it's kind of beyond me.
All right, and we're back for the final match of the evening. We've got Tony Goofy Morris and Georgia Lippincott ready to go. Again, this is going to be best of 3. And right off the rip, Georgia scores a point. Sitting in for Jay is my good buddy Pete.
Hello.
We're going to call
I'm a
this
little
last
biased.
game.
That's my wife playing.
Yes, it's a family affair. We've got Pete, who's also a very well-ranked player in his own right.
Straight by Georgia. Good job. Sorry.
That's okay. No, we're good.
I'm not ranked. I'm unranked. Okay.
I'm sorry, currently unranked, but
okay.
previously having been ranked.
That was one on Tony.
Yes.
Sorry, my brain will go CD on the score. Jay is much more lax about that.
We got ourselves a good little final here, and it's just tied up like that.
Ooh.
Wow, right back at him. Actually, it's good that Pete's here. He's going to be way better at the technical terms.
There's a right wall over by Tony. And 3-3. Phil is our ref. And this is the finals. Georgia has to win 2 sets to win the tournament. And Tony's a very formidable opponent because they're both ranked level 4.
So we got ourselves an even Steven matchup here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cross straight. Good job. Yeah.
I love he's not even trying to hide the bias.
Right,
it's
well
great.
I
love it.
Nope, not going to hide the bias.
Not at all.
I know where I sleep.
Smart man. This game is a lot more fast-paced than the previous as well.
That was Tony.
That was Tony. Not, yeah, we got that fixed. Oof, another straight from Georgia. Ties the game back at 5. And Georgia in control of the puck. And a straight shot again.
6-5 Georgia. Yeah.
Already game point in first match.
Yeah.
Oh, that was stuffed though.
Caught on.
Yes. You definitely blocked that one.
Come on, Georgia, set it up.
And there it is. Game 1 in the
7-5.
books. Georgia with a 7-5 victory.
So we can, over here, if you hit this guy, yeah, I have to line my X's back up because that does the game count. That's the idea. Georgia won the first one.
I see.
Forget it. We're forgetting this guy up in the upper right corner. Thank you for tuning in to Air Hockey Live 360, airhockeylive360.com, AHL360.com. Thank you to our sponsors, I-45 Bingo, which is www.i45bingo.com, and where'sthegig.com, www.where'sthegig.com. If you're a musician out there, check it out. And possession to Tony, he gets to start. And Georgia is up 1-0, but Tony is up on the winner's side. So, right?
How does that work out?
Tony's on the winner's side.
Sure.
Georgia has to win twice to stay in it, so she's trying. So if she wins here, they play another set. They're both on the loser side at that point. Because Tony went all the way through the winners.
Yes, he did. Okay.
Kicked Phil over to losers and played Georgia. So
okay.
That's all that lines up.
See, and again, it's good to have Pete here for the technical details because I did not know that those were the inlaid rules of said double elimination tournament.
Yeah.
So it's actually best of 5 for her to win.
For her to win.
For her to win, it's actually a best
that was a
of
point
5.
for Tony, right? Sorry.
Yes.
No, I didn't miss a score.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Oh. No, it's 1-1.
1-1, so I
Yes.
missed one. Okay.
Lots of deliberate action now coming from Georgia's side.
Yeah, that was a nice route well over, but blocked by Tony. Oh, she lost possession. It's a possession game when you're similar levels. Right well over by Tony. Good shot. Georgia knows that she got beat by the over right there. Slowing it down, setting it up. Smart thing to do. Let Tony wait for it. Let him get frustrated.
That was a good block, though. Good defense there. He seems to have pulled back and he's playing a little tighter defense here towards the goal.
We saw what Georgia did to her before. Oh.
And he is rebounding.
Yeah. 3-1. Yeah, Georgia's rethinking her strategy now.
We could put that in if we need to use that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, and he gets another one by her. Tony's starting to run away with it here.
Yeah, that happens. Let's see. Well, you can talk if you want.
So glad you're here, Pete.
Oh, saying you can use the camera that's built in. Don't have to. Ooh, there's Georgia.
Hey, they didn't come to see me play. They
so they know who's talking, that's all. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Sorry we started late. Ooh, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia with a rally
cut.
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Ooh, and
cross
Tony right back.
Off transition. And Georgia, she's playing with the timing, which is good. I wonder where she got that idea from. Level under. Tony, 6'3".
We got point match.
But he's adjusting to her timing, so now she's got to... I keep telling Tony goes by Goofy.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes. It's going to take me a little while to learn all the little nicknames around here.
Mine's Moose. So. But people call me Pete. So.
I'm going to call you Pete.
Ooh, Georgia with the right wall over the block. Here comes Tony. Yeah.
And he gets it around her. Ooh, and that's Tony. Snatching victory in game 2.
Yeah, 1-1.
That's right.
Eventually when we line this up, it'll look like that. Just don't have it lined up properly.
Got you.
Let me reset the scores.
Yeah. I'll take this back for now.
Yeah.
It looks like we're having a small little water break here.
What we could do is this, so it's not in front of the table.
That works too.
Yeah.
I guess we're getting a little action here from the referee. A little direct conversation here.
This is Tony's tournament game, or it's Georgia's set game. So if Georgia wins, we play one more set. If Tony wins here, it's his tournament.
All right. Georgia gets control of the puck. Let's go game 3. And
right,
Georgia early.
Goofy.
Ooh, Georgia got him again.
Seems to whoever starts on that side is getting the advantage.
That does seem to be the hot side.
I wonder if they're going to flip in between sets. That'll be interesting. Sometimes it's just a mental thing. I don't know.
Perspective is everything.
Yeah.
Tony going on a little attack there, but not coming up with anything.
Speaking of perspective, if we want, we can also see the other angle, which isn't working very well. Sorry.
And
2-1 Tony.
Yes.
Sorry. I gotta work on that other camera.
Ooh, that was stoned. Georgia playing really good backline defense there.
I wonder what's going on Facebook. These people comment, and we can reply.
Oh, game is tied at 2.
Jeez, might be over. We'll see. It's muted, right? No, the over here. There's some more to
Oh, Georgia got one by him there. 3-2 Georgia.
I need to clean all these computers out. I mean, like, just wipe them. Back to square one.
Much more deliberate pace here in this third game. Again, now that it's getting close, but Tony snuck one by again. Game is tied at 3.
Your beer?
No, not all. Oh, Georgia scores again to make it 4-3.
Allison. Hi, Allison D. Michelle. She's tuned in to watch Georgia. Doug's tuned in. Hi, Doug. Good to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in to Air Hockey Live 360. I think we're going to see Doug and Marcus, and tomorrow they're coming for the challenge match. I don't remember who's playing. But, Allison is one of our sponsors. Thank you, Allison, for sponsoring. We've got a hat for you eventually.
Tony with another score there. This is a real tight one here in this championship final.
4-4. Well, it's either set point for Georgia or it's going to be tournament point for Tony. All right, Georgia, come on. Oh, that's a good straight pitch. Now she's. Oh, Doug said hi. Thanks, Doug. It's about a 10-second delay.
Oh, that did not go in. We thought it was.
Oh, Georgia, come on, set it up. She's not setting it up.
And Tony gets it by her.
5-4. Come on, Georgia. See another set.
Yeah, maybe she could put together one more rally because she's been doing it all night long. Every time she gets down, she comes back.
He's being smart. He's calming, slowing down his.
Beautiful
shot. Yeah, this is tournament point 4 or tournament point 5?
Point 5.
A timeout call.
Timeout has been called. Yeah, it should be. It's point 5. They were just tied 5 a minute ago. This has been a very, very worthy match, despite the issues that we had earlier and missing out on some of the earlier games. We're very happy to have been able to bring you 4 very stellar games to close out the evening.
Oh no, Georgia! Oh no! Can't give it to him. This might be it.
Good defense. Staying alive, good.
Yeah, set it up, set it up. There you go. Oh, good block by Goofy.
Oh, that straight was blocked very well. And she gets one by.
6-6.
Point each way. What's gonna happen? Who wants it? Oh, it comes out! Oh no! Georgia living on luck and a dream.
Oh, block. What's gonna happen? Oh no! Lost a mallet. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Tony gets control of the puck.
Yeah, Tony's a seasoned vet. He's done many tournaments. He's just going to be calm and wait for Georgia to move. Oh, Georgia, don't lose the puck. Set it up. Set it up. Oh, my God, set it up. Oh, it was a good shot.
You can feel the intensity.
Yeah, both want it. Oh, good block by Goofy. So they both had a chance at this point. Oh, he's setting her up. Oh, man.
He's playing really good defense. She's going to need to get control of that puck, though. You stay on the defense too long, bad things happen.
Oh!
And she gets him! And she nails it!
Oh, wow. We're going
to a 4th set.
Yeah. Well, we're going a new set.
Well, a new set here now. Now it's winner take all at this point,
now it's winner take
right?
all. We're both on the loser side.
Yeah.
Good. That's fine. No, it's
We're going to take a quick break here.
Oh, and we'll say hi to everybody. Hi, Chuck.
Thanks, Pete.
Yeah, then stay tuned, yeah. We're doing a 5-minute break. We'll be right back, everybody. Thank you. Hello, welcome back. We're starting from the loser's side. Everybody's on loser's side. This is the final match of the night. Thank you so much for tuning in to Air Hockey Live 360, AHL360.com. Thank you to our sponsors, I-45 Bingo, www.i45bingo.com. If you head over there right 2 hours ago, you could have played bingo, but head there tomorrow. That's Phil, our ref tonight, and it looks like Phil got third place. That's why he's reffing, and then Danny got fourth. Looks like a good air hockey night. Not a lot of people, but at least we played. We haven't played in a few weeks. Thank you all again for tuning in. Thank you, Doug, for tuning in. I'm sure he's still watching. Thank you to Allison D. Michelle. Thank you to, well, they're the only ones watching right now, so.
Thank you to everyone that's going to watch in the future.
Yeah.
Because some people like to watch after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah. We go with the face-off. We get a new face-off for every set. There we go. Let's get it all! Yeah.
Watch your fingers there, buddy. And Georgia wins the face-off.
Yeah. Oh, let's get it back up there. So the left side gets the puck. But here we go. Good setting up. Lost possession. Looks like Tony's just kind of working the left side to set her up for the right wall over, probably, or under. Ooh,
and
left wall
Tony
under.
gets the first point of the match.
Ooh, right
and
wall
Georgia
over by
right
Georgia.
Back at it.
Yeah, good response. I want to set this if I can. Sorry. I know somebody scores. There it is.
And Tony scored a point.
Tony did, okay. Just put finals up there so people know. Let me scrub through real quick. Oh, we can also, when we do this, oops, somebody scored.
And Tony scored again.
Jeez, 3-1.
3-1. He's jumped out to a little bit of a lead there.
This guy here, you can copy it and paste it into the feed so that people can look at the chart.
Gotcha.
That way they can just keep up.
Wow, Georgia got robbed that time. There's something about being on that side of the table, it seems like.
I guess what I'm trying to say is keep it clean, because they can get infected. Right, David? Good.
Oh, no. Tony got another one by. He jumps out to a 4-1 lead on Georgia. This is it's starting to get ugly out there.
That's what you have to look forward to. Sorry. Well, now you know at least. Knowing's half the battle.
Definitely.
Georgia, that's it. Tony's out to a good lead. 4-1, but you know, you can't count Georgia out. She digs deep.
And she's rallied every time she's needed to. So it's not over till it's over.
Ooh, transition.
Good defense, though, on both sides. Yeah, Tony gets another one in there.
5-1. Seems the right side of the table.
It's
the beneficial table. Oh, right, all over.
Another one in. Point match already.
Goofy is a seasoned vet here. I'm just biased because, I want to see Georgia win. Oh, I think Georgia's won one this year already, so she's going to be in the Tournament Champions. I don't know if Tony's won one or not. If you win a weekly, you get invited to the Tournament of Champions at the end of the year.
Okay.
I won one early so that I could... Actually, I won the Tournament of Champions last year, so I got immediately invited to the next year's.
Carryover effect.
Claim to fame, because it's the first weekly of the next year.
Gotcha. It's good to be the king, as they say.
The weekly king. Doesn't mean much.
It's a temporary crown, right?
It is not a major event. The major.
Oh!
No!
She victimized herself.
That happens.
And it does. Well, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tough way to close out.
That's the first game.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many? I thought that was.
That's 2 out of 3.
Oh.
One more set.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See?
it's alright.
See?
No, it's not like they had just one game. That'd be interesting, but no, they play an entire set.
Okay. You see, I was under the impression
No,
that
I'm
it
sorry.
was, when I said winner take all, that.
Well, yeah, of this set. I thought that's
But
what
it's
you
a
meant.
set instead of a match.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you all for tuning in to Air Hockey Live on Facebook, Air Hockey Live 360. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. Airhockey.com, where'sthegig.com, and I-45 Bingo. We have all that stuff we can too.
All right, we're going to go ahead and dive into this next match here.
Yep, this is possible tournament game for Tony.
Right.
Georgia needs to win the next 2 games to win the tournament. Yeah.
Tournament for the week.
Oh, that was... Ooh, right well under by Tony.
Right out the gate. Alright. Georgia's staying aggressive, though.
Yeah.
It's not being discouraged. Tony definitely on the attack, though. He's definitely picked up the pace here after that short intermission.
Oh. Right well over. Good job, Georgia. Your biased husband is talking. He just says what's on his mind.
That's the sound of a man who knows which side his bread is buttered on.
That's right.
Alright, we're getting a little bit of action here, a little volley back and forth.
Yeah, we're both playing really good defense.
Looking for weaknesses, probing.
Ooh. Good charge on Tony's part. He's lining up on Georgia's offense now, which means Georgia needs to mix up her timing. Either time delay or hit early. Tony's too comfortable.
Yeah, keep your opponent off balance, right? Yeah, he slides one by on the right. Oh,
Ooh,
she
nice.
sticks him one though. Good straight
Cut
shot.
straight, yeah.
A little lunging attempt there from Tony.
Georgia things squeak.
Yeah, there's something.
Is it a rat? Could be. Yeah, I own a rat. Okay. Well, they're good. They're great pets. They're like little dogs. Just,
Little.
Mine's domesticized.
Okay. I have no pets. I have no desire for pets.
Oh, we have a zoo, man. I love my zoo. It could be a mouse, though. That sounds like a mouse.
Or just a squeaky wheel.
Ooh, right while over
Georgia
Georgia.
gets him, and again,
4-2.
Georgia jumps out to a little bit of a lead here.
And with the favoring side is the right side, so Georgia would have to play the next game from the non-favored side. To rethink her strategy. Ooh, right well over.
Tony, though, not going to give it up without a fight.
Oh, you didn't set that one up. Tony's setting up his shots. He's playing like a professional. He's not his first time already. Right all over by Georgia. Good job. Good shot, too. Georgia just had a good block. Went for the left ball over off speed.
She might be going to the well a little too often there.
Yeah.
He seems to have that side cordoned off right now. Yeah, a lot of that right rail off the side there.
And then when the straight's coming, he's seeing it. So she needs to set it up faster.
Oh, she gets bitten by a mistake bug. Oh, and Tony with the straight shot behind it ties it up quickly.
Oh no, she lost possession.
Tight.
Tony's heating up. At this point, Georgia should have called timeout. Somebody scores on you 3 times. It's a good technique to let him cool off. Because right now he's on fire.
He's on fire, and it is now point
Tournament
game.
.5.
And timeout has been called.
Well, Georgia needs to dig deep.
She'll need to rally for 2 points to give herself a chance at that title.
There we go.
Can she do it? Oh, that's a great start.
6-6. Tournament point. Game point. I'm going to say he's going to try for the white ball over. Yeah, it would have gone into if it was a good shot. He just missed. He's leaning a little bit left, which is just making him off. Oh.
Georgia with a chance to control the puck. She really needs to get one in.
Don't shoot it on yourself, though. Careful. Oh, no. That right all over.
She has given up 4 points on herself that way.
Hit the under already. Please. He was there for it. It's all right. Good match again. Come on. Ooh.
Such a good battle back and forth. Such a good battle. Oh, and she's pushed it.
They're going to the tournament point game.
Pushed it.
Oh, man. This is exciting. Don Bearden tuned in. Hey, Don. Don's been one of our sponsors before, too. He's got Yellow Cab 321. Thanks for tuning in, Don. Maybe he's out there doing the Yellow Cab thing on a Friday night. We're going to a final game. Game either way. Ooh, Andy Yevish just tuned in. Hey, Andy, the Beast from the East. He's a New York Airhockey player.
Okay.
He's been number 2 a bunch of times in the world. He's a monster on the table.
Very cool. Always good to have people pulled in from all over the country watching.
Yevish, I think, won some majors though, like some state events.
Mm-hmm.
But and he used to win like every single weekly he played when he was living here. He's a great player. All right, well, stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we're back. The final game of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Georgia Lippincott versus Tony Goofy Morris. This has been quite the battle. Ooh, right all over.
Tony gets one right off the rip.
Ooh.
Wow. That is fortuitous.
Oh. Tony's blocking. Tony went back to his high top so he can hide a shot. He's been switching mallets. Smart play, but... Oh!
Oh, banked one in off the backside.
That happens.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. Played Texas State last year. I was playing, oh God, what's his name? One of the young players, and it was pointed away, and it went in on me when I blocked. It was awful.
Tony with the third shot.
Yeah, 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why I spectate, because 99% of the shots that score on me somehow end up going it off my puck.
It's part of the game. Even the heaviest of players. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Call
He's got
timeout.
this game in a
Call timeout.
stranglehold right now.
Yeah,
5-0. And something about that side of the table, right?
Yeah,
Continues to
there's the
roll.
lighting. Who knows? Ooh,
Hey, she got one in, though.
That's right. No skunk. Good job.
That's right. Again, still the fight. You'd like to
she
see
digs
that.
deep.
Definitely want to see that.
Oh,
Yep,
wow.
she got another one by him. Good defense. What a good stop there. Can she rally? Ooh, that's 3 in a row for Georgia.
It's Tony and Goofy.
Oh, but there's the crusher right
6-3.
there.
Uh-oh.
And
It's
that's
over.
game.
That's game. 7-3. Good tournament. Good job, everybody.
Very good tournament. Really exciting finish, particularly the last few games that we were able to capture tonight were action packed.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, thank you again for tuning in to Airhockey Live 360. I'm tired and I just got off work. This is Pete and Chuck. Thank you to airhockey.com. Thank you to where'sthegig.com, and thank you to I-45 Bingo, which is not popping up on my screen because I'm not doing it right. I-45bingo.com for being our sponsors. Thank you all for tuning in. Our places tonight, it looks like Tony was first, Georgia was second, Phil was third, and in fourth place was Danny. I don't know Danny's last name. Danny Allred.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great tournament tonight. Thank you all again for tuning in. My name is Pete. This is Chuck Ray. Are we going by Chuck or Charles now? Charles Ray. I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. I know he was Chuck. Okay. Thank you all again for tuning in. Have a lovely rest of your evening.